Creating a custom lesson in Quaver. So for this process, I usually have two tabs open, both with Quaver music. In one of the tabs, I go up to the left-hand corner where it says Lessons, because Quaver does have a lot of ready-made lessons that are already in a curriculum order and have themes to them, so it's nice to use these as a reference. So you select what grade level you're working with. You select what lesson area you're trying to get into. So we'll do, let's do brass family. And in here, you can kind of look through and see what Quaver already has laid out for you. And sometimes it's really good stuff. Sometimes you want to switch the order and add to it, and that's why we're getting into the custom lesson here. Okay, so I have this open on one page as a reference, and then on a second tab is where we're actually going to be creating our custom lesson. To do this, on the top of your teacher dashboard, you're going to go to Resource Manager. This is where all the creating is going to happen. In your Resource Manager, you are going to see on the rightmost side several folders and drop-down boxes that you can organize your lessons into. So I have the school year we're in, and we're going to go with a grade level, and then you can organize these however you want. But essentially, you have to highlight a folder. Then you're going to go up to a menu while it's still highlighted and click New Assignment Template. When you do this, it's going to ask you to name it. Okay, and then that'll save it. When you do that, it's going to appear in that drop-down folder now. So here's my brass family demo. You're going to double-click on the name of it. And this takes you to the page where you're going to be dragging everything into your custom lesson. So first thing, I go back to that first tab and see what are some things that I really want to include in my lesson that Quaver has. So we might want to do brass family episode. That's always popular, those episodes. So up in my top search bar, I'll just type exactly the title that was on that other page. And then that should pop up, if I would spell it correctly. Let me fix that for you. There we go. Spelling does count in Quaver. So in here, it's going to have everything that pops up under all. If you're looking for just the video, which is what the episode is going to be, then you can kind of narrow it down. So here's my brass family episode. I always double check. I click on it. If you're not sure what it is, you can hit this menu button and launch it. I always launch it alone just to double check what you are pulling into the screen, because sometimes the titles are really similar, but it's a little different than what you were thinking. So I pull that up. I double check that this is indeed the page that I want to put into my lesson plan, and it looks good. So I'll get out of there. So I'm going to take this brass family episode, click and drag it into my right-hand side. So again, I use this as a reference on the first page. I would take the names of anything that I want to, put them in here. I also like to just kind of search generally brass family and see what exists in Quaver already, because sometimes there are resources you can use that aren't listed in the specific grade level lesson that you're referencing. So everything's in alphabetical order. And again, if you want to search by assessments, lessons, songs, interactives, you can always narrow it down that way too. If you want to create some of your own slides, over in our right-hand area, you're going to go up to Menu, and you're going to add a new screen, which is at the very bottom. So the new screen, this is where you can kind of make from scratch anything that you're really wanting to put in. So if you have a great YouTube that you want to show the kids, you're going to go down here to Video Link and click on that. So you get to put the title on here. All right, typing too fast again. Okay, and then you're going to go into your YouTube, copy and paste the URL, and stick it right there, and then hit that Save button. and then that'll be added to your screen as well. If you want to record a video of yourself speaking to your kids, you can do a teacher recording. So that pops up. Again, you're going to put the title at top, and I think it's a 5-minute limit on the video. This is kind of nice because it embeds right into Quaver, so you don't have to worry about uploading anything different. So you can record it, you can watch it, you can record over it again, or you can upload a file as well if you have a video that you've already done. A couple other things, media screen. This is great if you have a lot of explaining that you want to do. If you have some remote only kiddos and you don't get to have that in-person contact, you can give them some information. You can add as many pictures as you want. You can record audio and add it. So you really get to do a lot with this screen, and you can, of course, change how it looks and all kinds of good stuff. So play around with these resource creation screens. Each one does a little something different. You can make your own questions and have Quaver auto-grade it for you, which is super nice because as music teachers, usually we have a lot of students, more than just 30. So again, a good one to play around with. And once you do that and save it, it will automatically pop up here in your plan. So you can pull whatever you like into there. And once you have everything that you want in there, we'll just pull a couple things. You can always switch their placements and everything like that. Once you are happy with your lesson, you can launch it. And then this is just kind of like your final proofread. So you can go through each screen, make sure there's no typos, everything's in order, all the audio works, all the video works, and get that all set up. And this will be exactly what the kids see, so it's nice to have everything from their point of view as well. All right. When you're happy with that, then the last thing you need to do is go up to menu, and you can assign it straight to a class if you are working independently. If you're working with multiple people and you're sharing lessons, you might want to share the assignment. So you have those two options. Either click right here, you can assign it straight to whatever class that you're working on. Again, drop down menu here. You can click as many classes as you want. Little description, assignment date, all that good stuff. From there, it's pretty straightforward. So again, you can menu, assign it to a class, or if you're like my district, you're sharing it with the other teachers in the district. So you'll hit share assignment, and it changed from green to pink. So now I know it's in a shared folder, and I'll make another video on how to access those.